How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon BDSP Wi-Fi battle, and today is the last time I'll be using this Flygon team, so hopefully we can make it work a bit better. If you want to battle me, then join the Discord server in the description, and please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. With that all out of the way, let's find ourselves a game. Okay, we found our opponent George. He's got a pretty cool looking team. We've got the Rotom Wash, Scizor, Latios, Sableye, which is good to see, Skarmory, and an Infernape. It's going to be a tough one, that's for sure. If we can get a Dragon Dance up on Flygon, I can get some good damage off here, you know, on the Latios and probably the Infernape as well, yeah. And we've got Fire Blast for Skarmory, Faerisha, and Tangrowth, so probably in a better situation. Just got to watch out for that Sableye because Prankster Will-O-Wisp is probably going to be coming. Cradily, of course, is going to be blocking that Rotom Wash, which is great. You can probably also take a hit from Latios, just can't do much in return. Other than that, though, I'm going to sit here and think. I think we can probably lead off with Magnezone since it's Choice Scarfed and just get some Volt Switch damage off straight away. And the battle begins. George is going to lead off with the Rotom, as I obviously led off with the Magnezone. Not too bad of a start, not too bad of a start. I've just got to be careful because if it is a Choice Scarf Rotom, then, you know, obviously the trick's going to be coming. And we don't want that. So we'll know if it's Choice Scarf because it'll outspeed my Magnezone. So let's go ahead and go for a Volt Switch and see how it goes. They do outspeed us. They go for the Hydro Pump, which is going to do a solid amount of damage to us, I'm sure. Not enough though, not quite enough. So we can Volt Switch real quick, and what this does is it gives us a free switch into our Cradily, where we can get off a Stealth Rock, which is always going to be helpful later down the line. So let's go ahead and go for that. We'll go into Cradily real quick. The Paleoplant over here, the nice and pink one. I love it. I like the shiny one. It's really cool. Right, so from here, I'm probably going to go for a Stealth Rock. I can see something like Scizor coming in. Scizor or Infernape probably, so I'll go for the Stealth Rock anyway because it actually works out better for us anyway because it forces the Scizor to go for Defog or let Stealth Rock stay. Alright, he's going to withdraw the Rotom because it can't touch me. You can't touch this. And he goes into the Infernape, which is fine. That's even better for us because it means the Stealth Rocks are staying for a little bit longer, which is always useful. Now we do have a switching into the Infernape kind of in Fairy Togekiss, that's the one. So let's go ahead and go into it. I'm expecting a close combat or a U-turn here, so let's just go ahead and go into Togekiss and deal with it. So boom, there we are. Might go for Flare Blitz now. No, I was going to say, I had it in my thought last second. I was like, what if they predict the Cradily switch into Togekiss and go for a Flare Blitz? But they didn't. They went for a U-turn. They obviously knew I was going to switch, but just not wanting to, so that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so now they're going to bring in the Rotom. The Rotom switch is pretty good on their part because it kind of forces me to switch out. I just don't know which Pokemon I'm going to switch into. I want to switch into Cradily, but I'm kind of expecting Volt Switch to come through into the Infernape and yada yada yada. It's just it's one of those things. So either that or it'll trick me into Choice Scarf. If it tricks Choice Scarf onto Togekiss, it's not the worst situation in the world, but I'd rather that not happen. We could go into Flygon expecting a Volt Switch, so let's go ahead and do that. I think Flygon into Volt Switch is probably a good plan because it means we can get up a Dragon Dance real quick. And we do have the Lumberry, so if the Sableye decides to set up, it can't. So we know you're locked into that Volt Switch. You're going to have to manually switch out probably into something like Latios maybe. So I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance real quick and get set up. So they're going to withdraw the Rotom, go into Skarmory, I think. Yes, they go into Skarmory, right, cool. So Skarmory's in. We've broke its sturdy with Stealth Rocks. We've got a Dragon Dance up, and obviously Dragon Dance won't affect Fire Blast, but Fire Blast is still there, and it'll do a lot of damage to the Skarmory, provided we can hit it. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and do that. So let's go for a Fire Blast. Boom. Hopefully we can hit it. Please. Yes, we can. And it does a solid amount of damage to the Skarmory, which is great. Skarmory's got a berry though, which is frustrating, but what can you do about that? Takes it right back up in health as they go for a Stealth Rock of their own. Interesting. So Stealth Rock's up on my side of the field is not the worst situation in the world. Let's go for a Fire Blast again, and hopefully we can get a KO. If not, switch out. We do hit the Fire Blast, which is great. take out the Skarmory, which we otherwise wouldn't be able to touch if we didn't have a fire-type coverage move like that. Anyway, I'm so salty about some of these comments, man. I try not to let it bother me, but I like to get pissy about things for no reason. So we'll cross off Skarmory off the list. Now is the time to decide, do we go for Earthquake or do we go for Outrage? Which one's going to do more damage? I'm personally on the line of Outrage just to get rid of the Sableye. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for an Outrage. You can Will-O-Wisp me if you want to, because I have a Lumberry, so I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine. So let's go for an Outrage real quick. Boom, Lumberry on there. Let's go for the Outrage real quick and just hopefully it takes it out. It's +1. Yes, Sableye goes down, because I know Sableye can be quite a bulky build sometimes. Now they have to go into Scizor, because Scizzor's the only thing that really blocks Outrage on his team. Unless they want to go into Latios if it's Choice Scarfed, but we've already seen Rotom's Choice Scarf. What are the chances of them having 2 Choice Scarfers on? You know, you can usually assume that it's not going to be a Choice Scarf variant. So anyway, in comes the Scizor. Scizor might use this opportunity to go for a Defog, which is better for me because it means less damage on my Flygon. But Flygon coming through, we're going to get some stuff done with Flygon. You know, Flygon's took out Skarmory and a Sableye this game, 2 out of the 6. So the Scizor goes for a Bullet Punch, which is fine. Not really fine. It's a Life Orb variant, so it's actually more of an offensive one, which is why that Bullet Punch did so much damage. So much damage. Can we get confused, please? Thank you very much. Alright, so now that we're confused, we can actually save Flygon for later. And all we need to do now is go into Magnezone. Magnezone should be able to take 2 Bullet Punches. It's 4 times resisted, and Magnezone's got some decent physical defense as well. So we're going to Magnezone. Get hit by the Stealth Rocks. Not too bad. Bullet Punch comes through. Not enough. Not enough damage, and the Scizor is trapped now, so we can get rid of it quite easily. Looking at the rest of his team, not able to touch Latios. Infernape is probably just going to Mach Punch us. We may as well just go ahead and go for Thunderbolt. So let's do that. We'll go for Thunderbolt. Goes for a Bullet Punch. It's obviously not going to KO us unless he gets a crit. Boom. Doesn't even come close. If it was a crit, it would have KO'd, but, you know, can't bank on crits. Go for a Thunderbolt. Take him out. I'm not really bothered about Magnezone staying alive anymore, which is why I went for Thunderbolt over Volt Switch. Because if I went for Volt Switch into a healthier Pokemon, they would get a free switch into it, whereas I would rather have a free switch into whatever they bring in, since I've got momentum now. So we'll cross the Scizor off the list. There's the Latios. See, Latios is one of them Pokemon where it's like, it's very hard hitting. It's hard to get a switch into it. You know, even some of the Pokemon that you'd normally bring to a Latios thing, like a bulky Steel type, etc., they have Surf. They can get Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, whatever. Got a lot of coverage, so we'll just go ahead and go for a Thunderbolt, get some chip damage off on it. There we go. You never know, we might paralyze it. That's always a possibility. We didn't. We got a crit, though. Haha, we get a crit. So Psychic's going to take out Latios real quick, which is... no, Psychic is going to take out the Magnezone real quick, which is fine, as we can just bring in something to revenge kill this thing. I'm on the fence on what to bring in. I kind of want to bring in a Walrein real quick, but I'm also on this. It's gone for Thunderbolt, so it's like it could be locked into Thunderbolt. Do you think it's locked in? No, it went for Psychic. Sorry, never mind. Went for Psychic, so we can probably just go into Togekiss real quick. Togekiss can definitely take a Psychic, and we can dish out a Dazzling Gleam as well, which would be great. So we did get that crit Thunderbolt earlier, which has added a nice amount of damage, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to one-shot this Latios with a Dazzling Gleam from here, provided they stay in, which they have. I was anticipating maybe a switch, but then again, Rotom's nearly dead. Infernape doesn't resist it. So we'll go for Dazzling Gleam, take out the Latios. Bye-bye, Latios. That worked out pretty well. So now we've got Rotom or Infernape to come in. I believe Rotom will come in, because it's obviously an electric type. It's definitely the one that can do the most damage. Flare Blitz on Infernape is what will take me out, so they'd have to go for Flare Blitz because, you know, fire type, and the recoil would be unnecessary. So in comes the Rotom, which is great. We don't have, we do have a ground type we can switch in. However, I think Togekiss has also played itself out. So we're just going to go ahead and let it go down to the Dazzling Gleam, as they do go for a Hydro Pump, which is of course going to be able to take us right down to a Pokeball-sized Togekiss. So incoming Walrein is incoming. We get to bring this boy back in. Truth be told, I could go into Cradily, but in this situation, Walrein is a lot better because Walrein could just go for a Surf. Surf should take out Rotom, slash they bring in Infernape, and if they bring in Infernape, well, we know what happens there. He gets Surf to the face, and it'll probably go down. So let's go ahead and go for Surf. This is a much better situation for Walrein to be in than it was in the last game. Poor Walrein. Alright, goes for a Hydro Pump, decides to stay in to let the Rotom go down. And that's going to do minimal damage to my bulky ass Walrein right here. So we'll go for a Surf real quick, and Surf should take out Rotom. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. It doesn't. It's not a big deal though, because like I said, minimal damage from the Hydro Pump. Let's just go for another Surf. And again, they can't switch out. They have to go for Hydro Pump. They missed the Hydro Pump, which is a shame. Not that it really matters because it wasn't doing much damage, and Infernape can one-shot Walrein from where we're at regardless. So Rotom goes down. And now all we've got is Infernape, and Infernape's a tricky one because what we've got left, we've got a Machamp, and Machamp should be able to take a close combat slash Flare Blitz. We've got Walrein, which probably I guarantee cannot take a close combat to the face. We might be able to take a Flare Blitz because we are thick, fat, and physically defensive, but I think my opponent will know we're thick, fat because it's like the best ability to use on this thing. So let's go for a Surf, and we're probably not going to get to use it. There's the close combat, but we do have the Fighting Berry. But still, we're not able to take it, just as I said. The pause then, I was just like, no. No. So Chople Berry did not work for us then. If we were at full health, then maybe. But we're not at full health. We were at half health. So now we're in this situation where we can't switch Flygon in. We can't switch Cradily in. We have to rely on the bulk of the beast. The Brawlstar Machamp over here. Can he take a close combat? This will decide the game, because like I said, the other two cannot do this alone. So let's go ahead and go for a close combat and hope it's enough. It's not. It's a choice banded Infernape. Not good. Not good at all. There is very little we can do here. The only thing I can think is to let Flygon now go down to the close combat, get that defense further dropped, and maybe, just maybe, there's no maybe about it, there is no way Cradily can take a close combat. If it does, I will jump through the ceiling. So with an Earthquake, we're not going to be able to pull it off, which is fine. Infernape is such a good Pokemon. I love it design-wise. You know, it's always my starter. In like Diamond and Pearl, whatever, it's always that. Infernape is just such a cool Pokemon. I have mad respect for it, and I'm glad it is doing so well in the BDSP metagame. Let's go ahead and go to Cradily, and it's the moment of truth. Even though we all kind of know it's not going to work out the way I hope it does. It's a shame, really. Maybe I should have kept Magnezone alive for this particular moment, but it's whatever. So we'll go for a Stone Edge on the off chance we live a close combat, but we shouldn't live a close combat. Nope. Nope. So we very nearly had it, but the choice band Infernape got us. We did manage to get some stuff done with Flygon, which is great. I managed to show it off a bit. We took out a Skarmory with it, Sableye. Not too bad of a job. But yeah, that was a fun game, George. Thank you for the battle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you in a bit.